Hello, welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager. It's time for Singapore as we approach the end of the 2020 season. And our goal today, of course, is to clinch the DTM title. Still got first and second, both drivers closely packed together. You can see we have a 117-point lead. We need to win by 13 points over RMG. Everybody else is irrelevant. If we beat RMG by 13 points in this race, it's over and we can do a montage session for the final 3 of the year. It'll save us a couple of videos to get into the next phase, which will, of course, be moving over to the endurance. If we don't do that, then we'll have to play it out for at least one more race. 12-hour repair, Martin Haven of Eurosport. Have any thoughts on Timo Glock? Thinking of working with him in the future. Typical, he's interesting, anything can happen. 4 pit stops, and we did break our record, mistake-free. All of that was great. And let's see, we can get a couple 20s on the front jacks at 90 and 95. I have to think that Dunn here, 20, or not Dunn, Colby, 20 with a 95 stamina. That would have to be a very nice hire. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then we've got a 20 at 98 stamina in Dryaklov, but fatigue definitely an issue there now. So let's switch this out. So that gives us 2 top-notch people there. Then Brewster is our backup on both. Then we could get another 19 here with Berlotti at 76 stamina. Brewster has 75 stamina. I don't think that's worth making a switch. Go with there, and that's going to lower us down, of course. We have Castellanos, actually, who's a better choice. Let's switch that out. So now that we've got that potential backup spot to hire, let's see, let's get Brewster out there. And the question is, do we even want Brewster anymore? We lost a tire person for sure. So, do we have any other ones we want to bring in? Clark with an 18, 90 stamina. I think I want to do that. Let's bring in Clark. And then, yeah, because we've got to pull out a bunch of these people. Caldwell for Prue. Lemons needs to sit. Gallegos. And I think that's about where we want to hang it for now. These could be brought in as options later, but having lost or retired or had hired away or whatever it was, we definitely use those positions, and they're giving us a 3rd overall for the moment. Gustavo Menezes wants me to promise that will improve our wind tunnel. Nope. Not going to happen. Our HQ is fine how it is, and we're still losing money. Thank you very much. And that final set of brakes still being worked on won't be done in time for Singapore. There's our car repairs. So what do we want to work on for here? Well, the good old gearbox, which we don't have, the brakes improvement, which we do. 11 to get it all the way there. So I think we want to be at about 9. And I would like to put some effort into those brakes. Suspension, not as important. So let's pull out the more developed suspension. There we go. And just work on these, I think. That should be a satisfactory approach. Singapore expected to rain all 3 days. High tire wear, very high fuel burn, 56 laps. So in general, it's going to be a wet one. Usually that redounds to our favor. Okay. And I still think we want to be stuck at 9 and 11 here. That still looks like the best approach. Run this forward a few more days. We are indeed first. Gearbox is the key part. RMG has the best gearbox. We don't. They'll be expected to perform well. Super soft and softs. Our gearbox has to be one of the worst on the grid. Can we get a new one? We're going to have a hard time making sure we keep up with the rest of the teams out of the corners. Yes, that will be an issue. But on the other hand, we're improving other things. Can only improve so many at once. And I think we can drop this down to 8 now. Get just that little bit more performance out of all this fun stuff. And let's push forward to the race. RMG improved their design center for about 10 million. So they're continuing to invest, trying to compete with us. Glock as the driver to beat is not really a surprise. 4 races to go. Menezes claims he's not feeling pressure, and Nico Kari says it's an outside chance of a podium for him as well. So RMG feeling very good about Singapore. We can understand why they would. We're up to 8th, though, gradually creeping up there. Our engine is back on top. Brakes, we haven't deployed the new one yet. Suspension's 3rd. And our spoiler is down to 2nd, just barely behind RMG. So, mixed results from all of those things. We're at 92% here. Just leave that there, but shunt everything into performance for the time being. And let's see, what about our tires? It's going to be a warm one. So we're going to want softs. And yeah, let's go with 7 and 8. And of course, it looks like actually inters, if not wets, are the ones that are going to carry the load here. Both drivers happy with the setup. We're going to kind of throw a wrench into things by putting out more brakes. Let's give this one to Menezes. And it actually made him less happy. Go figure. 9th and 5th. Which is definitely lower than we normally figure to place. But good old track not really fitting super well to us. It does move our overall brake performance up to 7th. Let's see what we've got in store. All right. Weather, first of all. Well, maybe it's supposed to rain, but it's not going to do that yet. Let's use this advantage to dial in those soft tires. Now, on a 56-lap track, if it were dry, we could do one stop on the soft. So I think I definitely want to go all in on the soft tires. And oversteer would seem to be the way to go. Both drivers wanting to focus on the low-speed turns. Let's get a little bit more oversteer in there. Some more acceleration. Something like that, and switch over to the softs. No. That's not what... Ugh. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to do the race trim. Both drivers will have to stay in to adjust that, but that's fine. It's what needs to happen. And you see the majority of the cars actually going out on supers, which I think is a definite mistake. But, you know, they may switch over later if the weather allows them to. So Svaneborg looking strong for practice here. Menezes started decent, but is now on the decline. And per usual, Singapore is, of course, one of those tracks taking place through an actual residential area or city area. Both drivers liking the handling. That's a good start. Menezes' performance continues to drop. Right now I want to get as much trim as possible in, focusing on that and trying to stay out here. But we don't have any sign of other weather coming. If it's coming, it's not going to come till late in the practice session. Too much weight in the front, says Menezes. We are well off the pace here. So yeah, I mean, really depends on how important that gearbox really turns out to be. Whether or not we can find any strategic advantages over the other teams, but this could be a race where we really struggle. And if it is, then we'll just have to, you know, punt and clinch another day. A little too early to be panicking about any of that, but now see, Menezes moved up to second there, though, only half a second back. So maybe he can do something, and Svaneborg's always going to be bad. So yeah, we're not going to panic about it yet. It's also another one of those scenarios where every aspect of the car virtually matters on basically every track. Having our engines up close to the top, plus strong drivers, that's still going to make us competitive. Now we're almost up to level 2 here. Still no sign of rain. If it comes, it's going to come in the last 5 minutes. And Menezes really stinking it. I mean, he posted that time while driving much slower than the other cars. Well, much slower personally, 3.0. And now they will come in. We're probably not going to quite get to level 3. So I want one of them to go back out on those and the other to switch to supers. See what we can get for supers in qualifying. It is going to rain there now, but not till the end. Menezes beginning to bounce back up. Svaneborg driving quite well. That long loop there that we just finished, that's a really good spot for the power boost. I think I'll send Menezes back out. Okay, so go about there. Then I imagine we're probably going to want more oversteer to about that point, and if anything, more acceleration. Let's go with that. Stick on the race trim, stick on the same tires. And Svaneborg, go qualifying. Go super softs. And let's see what else. You're close. And I think you probably just want a bunch more acceleration. Let's move that down to here. And this is a bit... Yeah, let's try that for now. So Menezes has less changes to make overall for this lap. Just send him out there for one, and that should wrap up Soft Tires Race Trim. That's our #1 goal, of course, for the practice session. There we go. Great across the board. So we're doing better. Up to 95%. Let's see what we can do with this. I think maybe we want to try the speed balance in between the two. Pull this back a hair. Let's try that. Getting a little bit picky there, but I think it's necessary to try to lock those in, because now that we're at grade across the board, we just need little tweaks. Should be able to speed this up quite a bit here, actually. We're starting to work on the supers in qualifying. And we've got a few minutes until the rain comes. Svaneborg liking the speed adjustments. And you can see in her times moving up to 12th. Menezes up to 5.0. It'll be interesting to see what kind of time that he throws in. Now that he's got a pretty good setup and he's on the faster tires. Well, that wasn't too stellar of a first sector. Or second. Doesn't look like he's going to improve on his time. He did not. Maybe successive laps will do better. Racing our way towards the level 2 trim as the rain comes. I think we're going to stick around. Now it's starting to get a little wet. So yeah, let's go ahead and come in now. And Svaneborg already coming in whether I want her to or not. She's going to get there first. So we'll just throw on some inters, make whatever setup adjustments we can. And we will be at level 2 on the super softs. Should potentially be able to get up to level 3 yet on the qualifying. Okay, so we've nailed the handling. And we're up to 95% overall. Let's take a look at our other two aspects. We need to go back a little bit more up on the speed. So I think a little more high speed, a little more acceleration. Yeah, I could go either one of these. I'll just go right there. Qualifying. Switch tires to inters, which have about the same endurance characteristics as our soft tires do. Boy, Menezes really nailed it there. That was a really nice set of tweaks. We're at 98%. Triple purple smiley faces. So you're just switching tires and going. And we'll speed our way around these last few laps. Could have brought Svaneborg in for another stop, but I'm not sure the right move to decide against it. I want to see if we can get to that level 1 inter. Although I'm probably not going to want to use that for the race anyway, unless it's going to be raining for the whole thing. And even then I might not. We did get level 3 qualifying, not by much. But we did not get our inters. Okay. Well, Menezes had that one very nice lap in practice, well, actually a couple of them, but overall, his times were still tended to be down a fair bit. But if you look at him only 0.1 seconds behind, we could be quite competitive on here, or we could not. Qualifying probably going to tell us quite a bit more about that. If you look at RMG, they've got Kari in 2nd and Thotimx in 5th. So they're looking quite strong here. Glock is always going to be a strong driver competitor. Spengler's up there. So all the usual suspects looking good in practice. And we've got a super fan of Fleeks de Costa. Rusinov struggling. Spengler doing great. Surprisingly, it's clear. Well, not clear, but only cloudy to start qualifying. We might have an opportunity to set a good time here at the beginning before it starts raining. It's going to rain partway through. It's looking like after about 4 minutes. So yeah, we want to get out there right away and set some times before the rain comes. That's what this looks like to me. So we're going to go super softs and qualifying. And on the Menezes side, same thing. So we don't have the level 3 in super softs, so we should be pretty competitive on things. 99%, yet handling is not there. Okay, good. Excellent and great. So we want to tweak this a little bit in the oversteer direction, while hopefully not messing up everything else. And I'm just going to try a couple there, and if I bring this back, let's go here. Let's do one of those. That's close. Let's try that. I think that might work out to where we want it. I mean, I've got a 99% to fall back on, so that's not. It's not anything to worry about if I can't get back there. Send out Cairoli first. I don't want to wait a long time here. That might already have been a bit too long. Let's get Menezes out there. We need to get some quick laps in. Hopefully before the rain. If not, as soon as we possibly can. We should at least be well into our qualifying lap by the time the rain comes, and most of the other teams won't be able to say that. But still, the more advantage we can get to ourselves, the better off we will be. Bouncing around quite a bit here with Cairoli, but we hit it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come back down. Nope, come back down. Come back down. Come back down. Oh, we got down to good, not quite to perfect with Menezes. Okay. I flubbed that a bit, but it shouldn't cost me too much. Cairoli driving a little subpar. Menezes pretty good. And let's see what kind of performance we get out of this. And the rain is going to come and be significant. So this is our shot right here. And Cairoli not impressing now. He's sliding backwards. Very temporary, I think. And Spengler looks like he's going to be the one who sets the mark. Yep. So we're third and fourth at the moment. And I don't think, yeah, it's going to stay raining. It's going to stay wet the rest of the way. Even if we, yeah. We could try to run another time at the end. I mean, look at all those cars finishing ahead of us. But I don't see us... It's going to be too wet for us to improve. So I think we're just sort of stuck here. Now the wet weather affecting the latest drivers to come in. But I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with this situation. I think we're just stuck middle of the pack. And 98%. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to stick with that 199%. We'll have a 99 and we'll have a 98. We're going to start in the middle of things. We have to try to use the weather and whatever else we can find to our advantage. This is not an easy track to pass people on for the most part, other than that big loop. So that's not going to work out in our favor. I'm sure you can't, not with this much water. Nope. Let's just run through this. And Spengler knocks it in. Meanwhile, we definitely miss out on our bonus. So 9th and 13th. Charles Jablonski says we suck and we have no chance of catching Bruno Spengler. You know, that's actually possible. Average qualifying for us. So people are like, you know, not really impressive. Once again, it's dry weather to start the day, even though they say heavy rain. And the rain's going to come. It's going to come around 17. Well, no, later than that. It's going to be... We want to get through about 20 laps or so. And let's take a look. You know, the super softs might almost get us there. If we were cautious on them, we could probably get away with super softs, and we're going to want to be cautious anyway because of the weather. Might have to burn them down a little bit. But yeah, I think I'll go that route. And then it's going to be wet. So I don't think we're going to have that much occasion to actually use that knowledge we have of softs. So we're going to be switching around tires quite a bit. I'm going to go with Race Trim and Nurse. And then I'm going to keep him... Well, yeah, I'm going to keep him with a full load of fuel. And I'll be able to be more aggressive with the fuel. I'll be able to drive harder with Cairoli. That's what I'm going to go with there. Then here... Let's do Race Trim and give those super softs a boost to start the race. And then I will do the typical knocking off a lap of fuel, but only for Gustavo. So we'll have a little bit of asymmetry there. Aggressive on the fuel, but not so much on the tires to start things off. So, Spengler and Van Hoor up front. Where is RMG? Not near the front, which is nice. We've got Kari in 11th, in row 6, right between our two drivers. And Tomzik behind us. Kari driving well today, but Tomzik not so much. And then for our drivers, we've got a 5 for Cairoli and an 8 for Menezes. So Menezes potentially going to do well here. Let's see if we can make this happen. Good start for Gustavo, at least for the first little moment. Stuck on the wrong side of a couple turns there, which didn't help. So he's in 10th. Cairoli 14th. Makes the pass on Glock, which of course is a nice pass to get. There we go. Nice little move around the inside of that turn by Gustavo. Sort of a mini slingshot there. And he's up to 7th. Cairoli in 15th, not feeling as happy about things. You can see Spengler already off to a nice lead, just sort of destroying the field. But that's okay. We're not racing against Bruno Spengler. We're not racing against Person in general. We are racing against RMG. Kari is in 10th, Tomzik in 17th. So we are beating them for now. And Menezes giving a shot here to get by Tambay, but has not been able to actually pull it off yet. Tire temperature very slowly going up, so we just want to keep it right where it is. Keep it on neutral, and we'll eventually probably back off to conserve. Definitely will back off to conserve later, but right now Menezes at 8.6. Cairoli up to 6.4 and has moved up a couple spots to 13th. So that's okay. And now it's Molina, having been passed by Tambay, that's directly ahead of Menezes, and he looks slightly faster. Here's a nice spot on the inside of the turn, and he gets the pass up to 6th. We'll do a lap on high, and then we'll back off. Probably more than a lap on high back here for Cairoli. And Menezes continuing to improve up to 8.9, so I think he's got an opportunity here to hopefully make some things happen. Oh, well, that wasn't too great, but he's got the right spot on the turn this one. Holds off Molina. Up to 9.0. If he can keep this close here and continue to accumulate some of the boost, maybe in a lap or two we can make a move. Wrong side of the turn here, but he had enough speed to try to carry it around. And I'm going to try to go with at least part of another lap here at the higher speed. Well, let's see if we can hold this. Because since we just made that pass, it might be better to just say, you know what, let's conserve some fuel. With the amount of laps left, though, he really should have enough. I'll push it through the end of this lap, I think. Cairoli up to 11th. So we're gradually making our way up, and if it ended right now, we'd have an 8-point lead on RMG, which would not quite be enough. Let's go for it. Get by. Oh, you got stuck right behind him. Gets alongside, pulls in front, but now he's on the outside of the turn again. And pulls in front. Now let's see if we can hold that. I'd like to hold that and then gradually start working back on the tires. And it's going to be inters for at least a while. Cairoli getting by Glock, and now he's got a point. So now we're at 11 points. We'd finished 1 point short of, well, 2 points short of clinching, 1 point short of guaranteeing at least a tie at the current rate. Okay, so we're consuming almost 5% a lap on the tires. I'm going to go one more lap at neutral. Well, Menezes, you can go ahead and drop back now. Let's see. Where are we at the car in front here? Yeah, I want to see if I can give Cairoli a power boost at the end of this lap and pick up some more position, especially with Nico Kari up there. He looks like he's fast enough to do it. He just needs that little nudge in getting by around all these turns. Of course, they accelerate faster out of the turn, so that creates issues for us. There's a speed burst. We'll let them use theirs. And then around this part, now we'll use ours. Go, 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 go. 1. Get by. 2. Maybe 2. Maybe just 1. Can't hold the speed around there. Let's see what happens here. Oh, they're going to use a speed burst. Okay, so up to 9th. That's not as good as I wanted to do. But we're going to go ahead and back off now. Menezes in fourth. Power boost coming behind him. Let's switch up to neutral on the tires. Oh, still wasn't enough. So green gets by. We'll let that go for now. 5th and 9th. And only a 6-point lead against RMG. But still, like you see, 2 through 4 just ahead of Menezes. So he's right with that group. He's not going to catch Spengler, but he could catch these. He definitely feels faster to me. He's driving at 9.1. He's going to need to use more neutral eventually. Let's just use it now. See if we can do anything here. So I would like to get ahead of these. There's one. If that's all we're going to get. But I'll still take it. Gets back up to 4th. See if anything more can happen. We'll switch up to neutral here for Cairoli. So we're not going to have much left of these tires by the time the rain comes. There will be a little dip in temperature up that way. Speed burst there by De Silvestro, getting by Cairoli. Menezes slipping to 8.5 now. He's still right in the midst of this battle. Trying to sneak to the inside of Van Hoor, who then used a speed burst to ensure it wouldn't happen. So he's got the speed to, I think, be up to second, but not a dominant amount. You've got to sort of play this out and wait for his opportunity. Might be a good idea to go back to conserve for a bit. Now we're going to stop pushing the engine now, at least for a bit, on Cairoli. Make another pass here if we can. We can. Up past Adrian Tambay. I don't know if he'll hold it. Hopefully he will, but he is up to 8th. I really think I should drop him back to conserve and just see if he can hold that. We got this nice pack of cars ahead of him. He's only a couple 3 seconds behind Menezes, so at least right now we would have to stagger our stops. Speed burst there, and not the best place by Green. Are we going to hold it off, Gustavo? I think we are. Need at least one more lap, potentially close up this distance a bit. Lost some time while he was on conserve, but now he's catching it up. Yeah, I think we're going to go after... we'll switch back up to neutral here for Cairoli. We're going to go after another speed burst this time around and try to pick up some more positions. And now we're starting to see cars come in for their pit stops. Yeah, almost getting by right there. Let's go. Bingo. Managed to save just a hair of the power. Now Menezes up to third in podium position. He's a couple seconds back of Wickens. And that gap actually increasing. So Wickens has pulled away some. Meanwhile, Cairoli looking for a way by. Kari and Rusinov have pit, so RMG getting pushed back quite a bit at the moment, but it's not worth celebrating that too much. Cairoli, I think we're going to go for another speed burst after this lap. Really trying hard to get by Molina here. Hasn't been able to make it happen. Driving at 7.8, much better than he was earlier in the race. There we go. And gets enough to slide into 6th. Switch conserve, switch conserve. And yeah, Menezes fading behind Wickens. So we're accepting the fact that Wickens is ahead. And, you know, we're just going to try to hold off everybody else. Stay here in third. He's not driving nearly as well as he was. We want to conserve the tires and get to that first pit stop. And others come in, so now he's in first. Cairoli in fourth. Spengler came in and came out ahead of Cairoli, so, and only a couple seconds behind Menezes. So we're not competing with Spengler. We know this, but on the other hand, Spengler's going to have to come in again. So maybe we are. .3, 7.1. Pretty soon our tires are going to go into the red. I think we're going to have some extra fuel here the way it's going. Burn some of our speed. And now we are in the red as we get into lap 18. Cairoli not far behind Van Hoor at this point. And now the rain has started. The question is, how long do we wait? Well, let's take a look at... I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to stop, so if it doesn't, then we're going to want to do 2 stops on the inters. Because 38 laps, 36 laps is just... Boy, we actually might be able to stretch it. Okay, let's wait one more lap and have Cairoli come in and then have Menezes come in the one after that. And that's quite a bit of time. It's quite a bit of running down of the tires, but I just want to... 38 laps. Yeah, I'd have to wait even one more after that. But there's no sign of it stopping for the end of the race. I think I want to do it. So I'm really going to drag this out and run my tires down to basically nothing. So we're on lap 19. We'll have Cairoli pit on 20. Because if we look at the 35 to 37 is what we're going to get. So we need every last bit here. We're going to have Cairoli pit on 20 and Menezes pit on 21. Tires getting very low. Yep, there we go. He just didn't quite get there in time for the warning. Not yet. One more lap. And Toraman given a drive-through penalty, so all kinds of drivers pitting, and then we're going to pit. And when we come out of the pit, then we'll find out where we are. We started 9th and 13th. We've come up quite a bit since then. We're going to see how much of this is actually permanent. Because Menezes is running, you know, I mean, he's getting his butt beat out there right now. He's losing time, but he's doing it so that he can... locking up the tires down to 6%. That's going to hurt. He's doing it so he only has to make the one stop. But his time for this lap is going to be absolutely horrible. Cairoli 10.5, not the best stop. But he's out in 4th. The question is, how much time did Menezes' little maneuver cost him? You can see he's just losing time like crazy. Come on, Gustavo, get around to the start. 4%, 3%. There's just nothing left on that car of yours. Losing seconds, several every lap. %2 on the tires as he comes around this final turn. And relief as he enters pit row. A little bit faster time there. And where's he going to come out? Right ahead of Cairoli. So we're 3rd and 4th. Now, if we manage to finish the race on these tires, we're going to be looking pretty good. Only maybe Spengler would beat us. So now I want to see if there's any way I can get by Van Hoor, because we've got plenty of boost saved up. On the other hand, Menezes' form is dropping, and Cairoli's as well, which is only decent. Let's go after it. Needed to use a lot, but we got there. Now let's see if we can hold it, and then back off to conserve later. Optimally, I'd like to open up a gap here and move Cairoli up as well. Nonetheless, I mean, we're looking good for it right now. We're looking good to clinch here. Largely due to our tire strategy, but and Cairoli's right behind. I think I want to use that speed burst and get him by as well. And we can try to hold off and just let the two of them race. And if Cairoli gets by Menezes later on, good for him. If not, fine. That's fine too. Yeah, he's staying close behind. Let's wait till we get through this turn. Okay, there's a speed burst. Now we're going to use ours just as he turns his off. That's beautiful. And ducks in front. Okay, so we've still got some power left with each of them. We're up in second and third. Now let's see if we can hold these spots with conserve. The thing about it is we've got fuel to use. So let's go high conserve. I think we can afford to go up to maybe 1.1, 1.2 on the fuel. Weather update, it's still going to stay wet through the end. Going aggressive in wet weather is a little bit dangerous, but I'd really like to burn off some of this fuel. You see Cairoli not able to open up a gap on Van Hoor. Let's hold off about there. Go back to medium. And the weather is getting warmer, so I think we're going to want to just stay on conserve. And that'll elongate the life of these tires. That's going to work out well for us. Fading compared to Spengler. So again, Spengler does appear to be beyond our reach, but he's way ahead of RMG. Kari is in ninth. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought temperatures were going up more. Okay, let's back off to conserve with Cairoli. Let's equalize these a bit. So I messed that up. Now Cairoli pulling away from Van Hoor. So I think we're looking good to finish second and third, if not first and second if Spengler comes in. And his tires are not as good as ours at the moment, so that looks like a decent possibility. Now our tires are close to the same. We'll switch to neutral. Then I'm going to want to start doing the occasional burn off of our power. Whoa, 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 I left... Oh my goodness, I left Cairoli on... Oh, that's terrible. I'm going to have him lose some fuel at some point. I don't need to do it yet. But that's just horrible. And yeah, starting the next lap, I want to start burning off some of the power. Let's watch Cairoli's fuel consumption for a couple laps. 1.43 to start this one. Let's just see how much we need to get rid of. It's a good thing we don't have super close margins at the moment, because otherwise we'd be in trouble. We'll do a burn-off for Cairoli on the next lap. Looks like he's going to be able to actually... The fuel isn't going to be that big of an issue. Gearbox down to 54% for Menezes. Oh, and I messed up with Cairoli. Let's use it the next time. Overflowing the power bar, unfortunately. I think I just want to ride the tire temperature down for now. I could push Menezes a little more, but I don't see a reason to right now in the conditions. Yeah, okay, so now we've got our full weather report. It's going to stay wet to some degree. It's going to dry out a little bit those last couple, 3 laps. By which time our tires will be very, very low. But right now, I think we're where we want to be. We just want to grind out these last 20 or so laps and make this happen. Gotta boost the tires now. Gotta keep an eye on that. Make sure that doesn't get out of hand. And then we're in the mid to upper 60s. Spengler. Just a few points lower. But those few points could end up making the difference later on. If he pits again, we get the top 2 spots. Otherwise, we get 2nd and 3rd. Either way, it still looks good for us. Kari in 8th. Wickens drive-through penalty. So that'll move Kari up. Thotimx down in 15th. Not likely to join unless he gets by some people who pit. And now it's time to start burning off some more energy. And we'll do that with Cairoli on the next lap. Rather remarkable for that to be Menezes' best lap of the race, given the amount of water. Slowly pulling away is Spengler. But we're doing pretty well ourselves. $27 points, which is double the margin that we need. Plenty of leeway. So I just don't see any reason at all why this should not work out. $17 or so more laps to go. And we're basically just grinding time at this point. Water is slowly receding, but it will go back up. We're going to get a bit more heavy rain in a few laps from now. Both drivers driving well, especially Cairoli. So I see nothing to be concerned about here. Even if a couple more drivers pit and the RMG drivers move up spots, it's not going to be enough for it to matter. And probably a good lap to start burning some more power. I definitely need to move up to neutral here, because I'm having tire temperature issues again. We're halfway down, still 15 laps to go. So I want to continue stretching this as far as possible. And we'll visit Cairoli next time around. Up to 8.9. Oh, forgot to use it there. Just burn a few percentage here and then get more when we get around there. Got a little absent-minded. In the grand scheme of things, does it matter? No, but it's always good practice to pay close attention to detail whenever possible. Get a couple more laps out of Menezes before his next burn. Really, at this point, there isn't really a whole lot left to be said. Here comes a bunch more pit stops, though. That'll change up the dynamic. Let's see how that shakes out. See, only Van't Hoor even remotely close. Over 10 seconds now back of Cairoli. And there goes Spengler into the pits. Menezes up to first for the moment. Cairoli second. Let's see what the gap is. It's like over 7 seconds. Okay. Let's back off to conserve. Tire getting pretty high. And I want to make sure that I'm burning a little bit each lap here. Use up the power for each person. Because Spengler is definitely going to be catching us. We just want to sort of hold that off. And I did not think we were going to be able to pull off a first and second place finish here, but now I think it's pretty likely to happen. We'll see. Already under 5 seconds. And that boosts it back up to almost 6. But it is temporary. Spengler locks up. That's a little bit of a help to us. And I'll start going harder into the gas if they catch up. But right now, I'm going to try to wait on that. Well, do I really want to do that? And, you know, Cairoli isn't going to have the gas to spare anyway, and Menezes, there's no point. The lead has grown now to 6+. Now going back the other way. This time around, we should do another burn with Gustavo. A little bit late getting out of that one, but again, doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, let the tires get too low. Done that a few times this race, unfortunately. Yep, we're already on it. 5 seconds with 7 laps to go. Get another burn here out of Cairoli, and then we'll see how much that buys us. That was pretty good timing. Menezes locks up the brakes, and now down to 24% in the red. Cairoli will be in the red soon. But he's up over 6-second lead. If I had to pick somebody to lock up their brakes, it would definitely have been Gustavo. Yeah, 35-point lead over RMG. They have Kari up in 6th. Thotimx, though, just hasn't had the day, down in 14th. And Menezes probably about due for another burn. 5 laps now remaining. Lead still at 5 seconds. I think we're going to hold off Spengler. But it still could get dicey. And Menezes now up to 9.9. Let's go conserve for a bit here. Five and a half seconds with 4 laps to go. We have to start closing up pretty quick now for it to happen. But with our tires as they are, that could be a thing. Three to go. And it is under 5 seconds. Just need it to not evaporate too quickly. Let's go neutral. No, it has not dried out. We're certainly not coming into the pits with 3 laps to go. That's just plain not happening. Still almost 5 seconds. No, you may not. We want to use that last speed burst here with Cairoli. You can just see flashes of Spengler now. 4.4 seconds. And Cairoli's driving not up to the standard it was before. Still decent. Up to almost 5 seconds for the final lap. There's no reason that shouldn't be enough. And here's Gustavo, because he's going to take the checkered flag. He's sitting at... The tires are almost gone, but they're going to make it. Final turn. Driving at 9.9. We have a winner. Thanks. Right back at you, Gustavo. And Cairoli second by about 4 seconds or so. So tire management definitely the key to winning that race, but even with another pit stop, we probably would have finished second and third. So overall, we just did better in Singapore than I had anticipated. No complaining about it, but the DTM Championship has been decisively resolved. Thotimx Racing is going to take it, and we'll be able to move on to endurance racing next year. Take a bow, Gustavo. Well done. Couple of drive-through penalties. And there we are, an hour 45 minutes. Almost 9 seconds behind Cairoli. And it looks like, about a 4-second gap there to Spengler. Menezes enlarges his lead a bit. And there we are, 152 points. There is no way anybody's catching us. Silky smooth today from Menezes. Spengler did well also. So a 6.3 and a 7. None of this really matters all that much at this point. Marketability goes up. We're pretty happy. We lose some money because we didn't get the qualifying done. Sure got it done where it counted, though. So, one more montage, which will be covering Rio, Dubai, and Munich. Then we officially claim the title. That'll be coming up next session. The one after that will have us going into the off-season and finding a new job in endurance racing. After 5 years, we'll be out of the GT series. So thanks for watching, everybody. Great to have this clinch done today, and we will be moving on with the rest of the season next time. See you then.